Okay, so we know that the official trailer, or the official teaser trailer, is going to be attached to Avatar Fire and Ash coming out next month, and fans are excited. We are speculating, we're theorizing just what might possibly be shown in this first look for Avengers Doomsday. You know, there's already been reports of us seeing a very broken and damaged Doctor Doom, who uses this armor as a necessity to keep him going. A very much Doom-centric trailer is being reported. But we also have to keep this in mind. We cannot trust the Russo brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because the Russo brothers are extremely misleading. And I truly do mean that. I'm still upset of the glorious money shot in the Avengers Infinity War trailer we ultimately never had. I remember so vividly reacting to that moment in the trailer and being so hyped. And then watching the movie, like, yo, that whole sequence is not in this movie. What the F is going on? The Russo brothers like to misdirect us fans, and rightfully so. You want to keep us on our feet. The anticipation for this movie is at an all-time high. Fans are so pumped for this film. So misdirecting us for certain sequences and action scenes or whatever, or plots of the story, I feel like is so important. But also remember, this film has, it's shot for the last 4 to 5 months. We have got 0 on-set leaks for this movie. 0. That is absolutely wild to me that we got nothing at all. They are keeping this movie so under wraps because of the massive spoilers that fans would absolutely feel. I mean, look at Superman. Superman got leaked out with a bunch of set photos. That's because they were shooting on location. Look at Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine shot and it got spoiled out. I remember because I did a video on it. I did a YouTube short, and I know I shouldn't have done it, but it was a sequence of, you know, Sabretooth getting killed in Deadpool and Wolverine. It was like a couple of set photos of that, and, you know, Deadpool having his head in his hand. Massive big spoilers for the movie, right? So we have yet to see any major spoilers for Doomsday other than, you know, some reports from inside scoopers. That is about it, you guys. We didn't see anybody on set. We didn't see the Fantastic Four. We didn't see the new Avengers. We didn't see, you know, Sam Wilson's Captain America. We didn't see any of the OG X-Men. So they're doing a wonderful job keeping this film under wraps. But like I stated, you guys, the Russo brothers like to misdirect us fans to lead us in a different direction. So I'm curious to know what kind of footage they have already shot and intentionally plan to use in the trailer that ultimately won't be in the movie. Because we can all agree they probably shot 6 hours of footage for Doomsday. Probably, it has to be in that ballpark. Because this movie is so ginormous. I'm pretty sure, especially with Robert Downey Jr., you know, on this film, you want to have every single best take that you have for this movie. So they probably shot hours worth of footage. So they could possibly misdirect us in Avengers Doomsday with this first look trailer or multiple trailers or TV spots moving forward. Like I said, they did it so many times with Infinity War and Endgame. Or for instance, remember one of the trailers for Avengers Endgame and Cap had his shield and it was fully there, it wasn't broken? So they do fool us like that. They'll actually add in visual effects, they'll take stuff out from particular trailers to fool us. So I'm really curious to see what the Russo brothers are cooking up for this film. Like I said, they probably have so many hours worth of footage, so many great scenes they don't want to leave on the table. And I hope ultimately, you know, they're not afraid to make these movies damn near 3 to 3.5 hours. I don't care how long these movies are. I will sit in a theater for a fully polished, well-rounded story when it comes to Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Look, Return of the King, almost damn near 4 hours. If you guys have seen any of the extended cuts for The Lord of the Rings, well worth it because there's so much story you have to tell. I hope the studio and Disney's not mandating them like, this has to be 2.5 hours long. This has to be 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Because I feel like we should be completely past that shit. I'm sorry, but if you have a story you're trying to tell and you're trying to cut stuff out to fit a runtime that will ultimately fuck up your movie, don't do it, studios. Don't do it, Disney. Don't put a mandate on runtimes for an Avengers movie. You just can't do that. You can't. Like I said, they've got so many characters showing up. You know, I wouldn't put it past me if they have something in a trailer of like, you know, potentially having like a Wolverine in Doomsday, but him not showing up. No, I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would ultimately do that. Although I do think that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine will be in this movie in some kind of capacity, not having a major role, but going into Avengers Secret Wars, Hugh Jackman will have a much bigger role, and honestly, probably one of the main leads of that movie. And I wouldn't be mad whatsoever. But just to see the X-Men take on, the Fantastic Four in a great, good old money shot, or seeing, Doom, being teased fighting Thanos. Can you imagine they do the spinal tear in a trailer or the teaser trailer, something like that, to just tease us? That would be wild. Can you imagine if it ultimately doesn't end up making the movie? I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad. If they did something like that along the lines of that being in the trailer and then not ended up being in the movie, I'd be like, look, we still got it in the trailer. But I don't think that the Russo brothers would do that. And Josh Brolin does have a wonderful relationship with Marvel, Disney, Kevin Feige, and the Russo brothers. And he stated on multiple occasions that if they ever gave him the call, hey, we need you in the UK for Thanos, I'll be right there this weekend. So there's a strong possibility we could see Thanos return and, Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, man. But I can only imagine all the great money shots we would get in the TV and the marketing for this movie. It's going to be absolutely insanity, you guys. I don't think you guys are ready. I don't think you guys understand what's coming our way. I always state, if you thought Infinity War and Endgame were big, this shit is going to make that look like a small little toddler. Honestly, this is on a whole nother level. And we're talking scope and scale, because this is ultimately what's his name? Simu Liu said earlier today. This is a love letter to all of the shit that's come before. And ultimately, I have a feeling he's right, because you have an entirety multiverse of characters that were introduced to the Marvel world dating back to Blade. And they're gonna pay it so well. They're gonna do a great homage, you guys. I can't wait. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that the Russo brothers will be misdirecting us in any kind of footage shown in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars? And what kind of money shots would you guys love to see in one of the trailers? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching SeaWorld Productions. Peace.